right, welcome to the second game of the evening. Up this time is a shmup called Lost Wing. Uh, so, Lost Wing is. I hesitate to use the word rhythm shmup because I don't think anything is actually rhythmic. It is just music does play quite a big part of the game. Um, it's definitely a high octane, high speed affair, though. like, but
So
anyway, so
fast.
we were gifted the PlayStation 4 version of the game. So over to you, Petty.
So this game is one of those games that it's honestly kind of more interesting to watch than it is to actually play. Because there's a lot of grinding to unlock anything, because it unlocks stuff by your cumulative score.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you won't see much of the cool stuff till later on, which is kind of unfortunate, but such is life.
Uh huh.
And yeah, basically, I don't know if this is totally endless or what have you, but yeah, you're just kind of going down a tunnel and you can either just avoid obstacles or shoot many of them. You get the longer you either stay alive or get the white orbs on the ground, the more ammo you get to either fire or use your time slow ability thing.
Right.
And um one of the interesting things about this is even if you clip something, it's not necessarily lose a life. You can lose one or both of your wings and still be able to make it to a repair thing to get your wings back, and you're good.
I mean, that's such an important mechanic, apparently, that they named the game after it.
Indeed. I mean,
Um,
in fairness, a lot of games, even if you clip your wing, nighty
right.
night.
Yeah. Though it does have an effect. Like if you lose a wing, going in that direction is a lot harder.
Yep.
So even but I noticed that the wing power ups spawn so much that it's not that big of a deal.
They
If I'm
only
being honest,
spawn when you've lost a wing.
right? I'm just saying, like uh, multiple wing symbols will show up fairly soon after. Like I didn't really have that much of a problem with losing the wings. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like it's honestly a minor inconvenience.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine it'll probably be worse later on, but
Right. And I mean, in regards to the endless thing, I noticed. Well, I saw in one of the achievements that there are bosses in this game,
mm,
but yeah, I personally did not encounter one.
game.
You
Honestly,
know,
it's hard to
because
make a lot of progress in this game because of all the grinding.
yeah, that's what ultimately put me off this because okay, this is not the kind of game that really lends itself to grinding.
You need
But
2 million points to go. Actually, I think it's more like 4 million points to unlock the second level. That's madness.
yes, it is because you're probably clocking in 100K, um, at least initially,
Mm.
maybe less. So you're going to be on the first level a good long while. Like,
And I
but
don't even think you can up the difficulty till level 5. Like if you
uh, yeah, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, and I guess to this game's credit, all of the progression is not MTX based. or anything like that. But then you get into the other, like, it just kind of feels like it was set up for that, and they forgot to implement it, given how much grinding you're doing in this game. Like, it's honestly one of those mechanics where they should have probably gone all the way and just charged you $5 to go up 5 levels, be done with it. You know, and that's not an endorsement or a condoning of that practice, but that's how this kind of grind works in certain games. You know, it you grind, and grind is tedious.
Yep.
And in order to alleviate that tedium, you pay a small fee to speed ahead. This is what
Usually,
a
if you
lot
get
of
a grind like this, there's other modes or something you can at least do. That's not
right.
just the same mode over and over again.
Yeah, I don't. Trying to think. It, once again, if there are, like, I'm trying to remember if there were other modes, but the thing is, everything is locked. This game is all about progression, and as a shmup, it's okay. It's no, say, Ikaruga or R-Type, but it's a decent enough affair. It's just it's not a thing that's really set up to be for long-term play. I mean, most shmups aren't. A shmup is something that unless you're really dedicated to like score attack or what have you, and learning, if you're really dedicated, is something you play for like a half an hour, and you're done. Like, shmups are short. You know, like, your average shmup is what, 6, 8 levels long, something like that. It's
Yeah.
not renowned for its longevity.
It's made to eat your quarters, if anything.
Mm-hmm. Or it's meant, or the games are difficult as hell. That's the that's the challenge to overcome in a shmup. Or at least modern day shmups, especially the bullet hell variety. This is a corridor shmup, which is a fairly rarefied existence, but not a unique one. Uh, and once again, it does it well enough. It's just, yeah, this wasn't the kind of game that I was compelled to play for 4 hours or however they wanted long for me to unlock shit.
Yeah. Like, there are only 3 ships in the game.
Hmm.
And
And there are also like 4 skins or something like that. Um, so,
7 skins.
th- hmm?
7 skins, it looks like.
There we go. Like, there was some, yeah, and 4 types of tracks, 7 difficulty modes, and counts infinite hours of gameplay, which sounds like another way of putting procedural generation.
Yep.
You know, although I am long since past being amazed or wowed by procedural generation.
Yeah. Like, maybe this was like 10 years ago.
Something like that. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, like, and the music is okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that would sum up at least my reviewing of this game.
Yeah.
It's okay in most aspects, but it's kind of dragged down to um, below average because of the amount of tedious teeth grinding that you have to do.
Mm.
It's kind of like our last game in that regard. It's almost a good game, but there's just this one aspect that got it so wrong it dragged down the whole package.
Yep.
Right. So pricing. This game will clock in at $7.99, or $8. And that is, from what I've seen, system wide. That's the same price on like the PlayStation 4.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And it's a decent enough recommend at $8.
Yeah, if you're into techno music, that is.
And once again, if you really like an uncommon iteration of shmup shooting, but once again, I think that's kind of offset by the grinding. But then again, there are people who can really get into that. But though this game kind of runs counter to the usual investing a lot of time into shmups, because like when somebody's trying to master a Toho game or something like that, they're trying to memorize everything. They're trying to learn all the patterns. They're trying to get everything in their brain space so that they can get like the best score, or once again, in the case of Toho, to beat the damn thing. Like, here, since this game is all randomly generated, your memorization is not going to work here. So it's an interesting dichotomy. It's not the usual shmup dichotomy, and I wish it were more interesting than that, but it really isn't. So anything else from you, Petty, on Lost Wing here?
Not really.
Okay. All right, so that'll about do it for Lost Wing. Be sure to tune in after the break, as the Golics will be reviewing a adventure game called Rain Swept.